All right, how's everybody doing? Just make sure I get my volume and mic situated. All right. Okay, so hope everyone is having a great week so far. I normally don't do streams in the middle of the week, but I've been receiving some messages. People are asking, where the videos at. I haven't really been too active on YouTube, but I just wanted to, show everyone I'm still here. Normally when I live stream, I'm on a different YouTube channel, Your Crypto Daily. I've been covering a lot of crypto, doing a lot of technical analysis and such. So I have been live. I just haven't been on this, specific YouTube channel. So I do apologize. At first, I thought people were messing around with me. They would say, where's the video? I was like, haha. And then more people kept on, saying the same thing. I was like, okay, people aren't trolling me. They actually want to know where I'm at. So I do apologize to everybody. I'm still here. I'll make sure that I do more stuff on this channel. But again, still here, still active. Today, I'm really just going to cover, cryptocurrency. Bitcoin had a huge move. I believe it was like in a day and a half. I mean, there was billions of market cap that are added to it. We went all the way down to in the 100 teens as far as billions of market cap overall. Now we're working our way up, so definitely a lot of movement. A lot of people are getting excited. I'm sure a lot of people are having FOMO right now, and that's one reason I wanted to address this. A lot of people see Bitcoin's going up, Litecoin almost to break $100. This is something that I called out probably, I think it was 3 weeks ago. I said, we're getting close to the Litecoin halving. There's going to be a price influx. I know Charlie Lee, the creator, basically the creator of Litecoin, said that there would be no, Litecoin wouldn't be affected by it. But I know what people are thinking based on the halving that took place in Bitcoin. And people said, this is probably going to occur with Litecoin as well. And again, we got to, I believe, $95. So cover a little bit of that. I really just want to touch the Bitcoin analysis. Of course, if anyone has any questions whatsoever, they want me to look at any cryptocurrencies, also any stocks. I mean, I love looking in the stock market as well. I just believe that cryptocurrency as a whole has more potential in the long run. There are a lot of short plays within the stock market and long plays. I could say there's some swing trades, but cryptocurrency, we're in a very bearish market. So definitely, a lot of room for it to grow. Johnny Boy, good to see you. Doing business. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. I truly do appreciate it. Doing it during the week is a little different. I'm normally doing it like on the weekends and such. But again, I wanted to reach out to everybody. And with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so I've been looking at, make sure I got my mic on, I always mess that up. I've been looking at Bitcoin a lot. I've actually been looking at it last night. I believe it was last night. People were messaging me saying, hey, Bitcoin, it's breaking through, what's going on? And I started questioning. I hate to use the word questioning, but I had an analysis put together of how the movement should be up until we get to the Bitcoin halving. And then I saw this movement occur. People were messaging. I was like, what in the world? So I stayed up late just to see, maybe I was off a little bit. So for the daily, it was around in this area. I saw this wicking candle. I posted it on the Wolfpack Discord. Also on Twitter, I posted it saying, hey, we have this huge wicking candle. I mean, you can see how overextended the daily is. Now, we just started the next daily candle. I mean, there's a lot of room for shorters to break it down. Granted, if we look down in this area, last weekend, there was a live stream that I was on for Your Crypto Daily. And we are actually speaking of this right here. When it took place, I believe, let me just double check. It was the 30th. So we were on this candle right here. And we were talking about, hey, this is, a cup and handle formation. I mean, if we wanted to look at this whole, I'm a horrible artist, but if we want to look at this whole scope right here, I mean, we're going down, we're coming back up, have this wick right here, following the trend back down, and then we wanted to see, is this going to bust through? At this day, I mean, we didn't have these candles right here. We just saw this. This is where it ended. So I was saying, you know, it's squeezing up. It's holding this moving average. As long as it can hold the moving average, the bulls, of course, want to break it through. I mean, people know that there was a beautiful buy. Bitcoin went down to, I mean, I believe 3,200 was, yeah, around 3,200. So, I mean, this was still a beautiful execution right here. Go ahead and switch that. So with that, I mean, we see the movement that occurred right afterwards. Let me go ahead and, let's do that. Okay. Now with this next candle forming, I mean, we have these wicking candles. This is basically telling us, if we just break down the psychology of the candle, yes, it came all the way up. I mean, even up to here, there was buying and selling taking place. But when it pulled back down, it closed in this area. Closing at the top of this candle, we can see that it opened right next to it. Again, popped up, broke the high. I mean, it's very overextended. It's off the moving average, which calls for a pullback in the near future. But again, it did break all the way up to here, pulled back down, closed, and then now we just opened right here and we're moving back down. So that was what I was seeing on the daily candle. Just the overextension was wild. I see why it occurred. We're breaking out of this cup and handle formation. Not only was there a cup right here, but there was also a cup if we looked at it right here. So it was a double cup and handle with this horrible artwork. So it kind of confirmed that something was going to occur. I didn't initially think it would be this substantial of a movement, but you know, I'm happy to see it. Now, when I was saying that, I was kind of, I wouldn't say worried, because I'm glad the movement did occur. But I was still kind of questioning, okay, you know, how far is this going to go? Is it going to break through? I wasn't thinking Bitcoin would start breaking through until after the Litecoin halving, where it actually gets some movement. If I actually go over, we can see the whole chart here. We can look at the other one, but this just gives it the whole scope. Now, back in 2012, a halving took place, and I covered this last weekend. 2013, all-time high broke around $1,150. So cool. Another halving takes place in 2016, and we know what happens in 2017. With both of these spikes, I mean, this day we're in, you know, end of November, early December, and with this all-time high, we're, you know, mid-December. So it's holding a trend. Now, just going off this analysis, you would think that, okay, the next one's going to happen in December 2021. And that was kind of my idea. Now, with that said, when the halving took place in 2012, all-time high in 2013, not a lot of people were aware of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. I mean, it was still a new thing because it was launched in 2010. So then, with that said, it's starting to gain traction, publicity. Now with 2017, I mean, every time a halving takes place, the reward's cut in half. I mean, of course. So it was cut in half 2012, and now it's cut in half again. And now with the next one, it's going to be cut in half again. So with the miners that are mining Bitcoin and Litecoin, for them to, because the difficulty is increasing and they're getting less of a reward, for it to balance out, for it to even be worth it for them to mine this, the price has to increase. It just has to, so the supply will keep increasing. If it's not, you know, financially, or if it's not even lucrative for them to do it, then, you know, less people are going to take place in the mining. So when I'm looking at this right here, I see $1,000. Cool, it hit $1,000 all-time high. Then we break down, we get pretty bearish right here. It's just going sideways. We're going down to about $250. I mean, yeah, it fluctuates, 300. We even have, you know, less than 200 right here. Hey, James, how's it going? Good to see you. Again, if anyone has any questions whatsoever in regards to cryptocurrency, stock market, I'll look at the stock market as well. This isn't solely cryptocurrency, but I really want to touch on this because I know the FOMO is piling in with everybody. I actually saw a few news articles, Bitcoin, market cap increased billions of dollars in a day. So people, the publicity is coming back. And I'm glad that this movement did occur because I think people are starting to forget how quick cryptocurrency moves. I know when I was actually buying Litecoin back in November of 2017, I bought into it, and overnight I had doubled my money. I mean, it was just moving like wildfire. So I really just wanted to say for this all-time high over $1,000, break back down to about a fourth. So we have 250. I'll say 250. I mean, granted, it's bouncing right here. All-time high, $20,000, and now we're down to 5,000, which is a quarter. So same thing. It was cut into into a quarter, and then right here is cut into a quarter. So I like the. Oh, look at that! Just got a master no reward. Awesome. So I like how it's holding here. It really just comes down to, is it going to hold around $5,000? Now, granted, it is below 5,000 here. Is $5,000, was it a breaking through a mental resistance? Not so much on the daily. I mean, we do have, if we look at 5,000, right in this area, there is somewhat, that wasn't supposed to happen. Somewhat of a wicking candle here. But with like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, $1,000 increments, there's going to be a mental. People are going to be placing buy orders on the 1,000, sell orders, and then hopefully it would push through and it'd come back down and create a support line. Now this is the daily, breaking it down to the 5-minute. I was watching this and I told myself, go ahead and pull. We're really wanting to hold this right here. If we're able to hold this trend, now granted the moving average is right here, so could it hold down the 5-minute candle? Of course. The moving average could be a resistance line. Excuse me. And then of course with the VWAP and the moving average cross right here, we see a substantial movement on the downward. But as long as it holds this, and this is on the 5-minute chart, I can also draw. So right here, I mean, this would have been the crossing, and this candle, really the candle that's formed now is basically going to tell us, is this going to hold the trend or not? So we have the cross here, squeezing, and is the VWAP going to hold it up? Is the moving average going to hold it down? If they cross, is there going to be a lot of movement upwards? It's definitely something to think about. Now actually, let's go over to the 1-minute candle. So the 1-minute chart, go ahead and delete all this, is something that I would watch if I was day trading this. I would watch the 1-minute, I'd watch the 5-minute. You always want to look at different time, and this also goes with the stock market, not only cryptocurrency. The reason, yes, there's a difference with cryptocurrency and the stock market, just because one isn't adopted as much as the other. So, you know, it's slightly different, but the mentality behind it's going to be the same. The psychology is going to be the same because people are still going to get FOMO. People are still going to overtrade. That's just how it is. That's how it is with any day trader. If you're a beginner or even if you're a professional, you're still going to have FOMO. It just happens. It's a human emotion. People say trade like a robot, but, you know, it's easier said than done. On the 1-minute candle, we can actually see it right here. We have the cup that formed, we have a push up, and now we're having another cup, and it could pull down even further, but again, we do have this moving average and the VWAP that hopefully turns to support line before it starts crashing through. I was actually watching it over here in this area before it had a good crash down. I mean, if we look at it like this, I mean, a huge crash down. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Now for this, we could see it's not really textbook. I wouldn't say that this is a textbook setup, but we do have some type of cup, and then we do have the handle. We do have a break, but it's nothing substantial. So with that, it did have a pullback. And then of course, go ahead and draw this. Right here, there was a support line. But once it came back down, then crashed right through, and now we see how it ended up moving. Now, with Bitcoin, it's very similar to the SPY in the sense that if the SPY is moving up or moving down, then a lot of stocks are going to follow. With Bitcoin, I mean, we saw a huge amount of gain. Litecoin bouncing up to $95 has a slight pullback. I mean, now we're down to, I mean, even here we see the pullback. I mean, this is equivalent to what happened to Bitcoin, and that's why a lot of larger cap stock traders are going to watch the SPY before they enter a trade or exit a trade, just so they can get an idea of how it may possibly move. So, I mean, Litecoin's following suit. I have to say there was a lot of, I did have a lot of gain in my portfolio, but I haven't cashed out on anything. I'm still waiting to see how this turns out. It could be just a pullback. If we look at the daily here, I mean, it's very similar to Bitcoin's. I mean, it has that huge wicking candle, comes back down, it opens right beside it. I do feel like this needs to come down and touch the moving average before it continues to go up. But as you can see, I've already drawn this, basically a trend line. Go ahead and extend it out a little bit. So we have a touch here, it touches, and it's holding it. Hopefully it follows it. But again, there's going to be a pullback. Okay, let's see. Again, which I keep on saying again for some reason. If anyone wants me to look at any cryptos or any stocks whatsoever, please let me know. Be more than happy to do so. This isn't really intended to... I mean, I love to go for hours, like within live streams. I love conversing with the community. But again, I really wanted to set this up during the week, which is very different. But just so people get an idea of, you know, the technical analysis of Bitcoin and Litecoin, not just going with everyone saying Bitcoin's going back up to break the all-time high, buy in now. You don't want to buy it when it's up here and then you have it pulled back, just like when it was up to $20,000. You don't want to buy up there and then you have this huge pullback and you're out a lot of money. So just getting the technical analysis side of everything before you would jump in and, you know, have any type of overextended risk. I mean, this definitely needs a pullback before there's an entry. We have the moving average all the way down here on Litecoin, and then on Bitcoin, I mean, it's very similar. However Bitcoin moves, it's going to be, I mean, it's really creating how any other alternate coin would move in return. So even though I haven't really been too active on this YouTube channel, I've been very active in Twitter. We just had, I mean, we've grown a great amount. We had the 100 followers giveaway, 200. Actually, the 300 is going to be announced basically in a second. The 300 followers was 300 XRP, which XRP went up to about 36 cents each, and now I think it's down to 34. We have it right here. So this is the daily, and it looks somewhat similar to Litecoins and Bitcoins. Now we're getting very close to the 500 followers giveaway. It's right around the corner. We just take a look here. We're up to 461. So 461 followers on Twitter. That's amazing. I truly do appreciate all the support. We'll go ahead and cross over to LoneWolfDayTrading YouTube channel, 556 subs, more than appreciated. You know, I'm always lost for words. I never thought that it would grow to this capacity. Once I reached 100, I really, it's just hard to believe. It really is. And then we've gone to 200, 300, now we're over 550. So I definitely appreciate all the support. It really means the world to me. Now going back over to, boom, there we are. Okay, so one thing that I did see is whenever I put any type of giveaway, people comment, they'll retweet it and say legit giveaway, which at first it was kind of odd that people were saying that. And then I learned, oh, people do giveaways and they're not real. They just do it so people will follow them or they get retweets or however, and no one has a chance. It's all fake. So that was kind of upsetting that people do that. I mean, I guess, you know, I didn't want to believe it, but, you know, people are going to do that. Again, it's kind of upsetting. So with this 300, I'm actually just going to copy it, bring it over here, and then we'll cross it in. And then this is actually just going to give us the winner of the giveaway. So whoever pops up is going to get the 300 XRP. I'll make sure that I post it on Twitter of who won. They'll send me the address. I'll make sure to get the funds over. So this is actually, you can see this, my wallet. I have 300 XRP in here. I crossed it over. I had to take some Bitcoin. So I'm growing up the portfolio. I want to add more to it. This isn't everything that I have. I have some cryptocurrency at other locations. I'm a big holder of SPECTRE security. I mean, I have quite a few masternodes with them, so definitely believe in their project. And there's quite a few others that, I believe have great potential. Volatility Trading, thanks so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. If you want me to look at any stocks, please let me know. We're actually about to hit this so we can see who the winner of the 300 XRP is. So go ahead, pick random. So here is our winner. Go ahead and write this down before I forget. Okay, cool. There we have it. I mean, we had a great turnout for this. So congratulations, 300 XRP to this individual. We had over 250 retweets, over 260 likes. That's just phenomenal. I truly do appreciate it. I just can't say that enough. I really, thank you. Nice hair, thank you. I appreciate it. Always so kind with your words. But yeah, so once we hit 500, which, I mean, it's right around the corner, 39 followers to go. We hit 500 followers. I actually sent out a tweet asking people what they would like to see for this giveaway. A lot of people named Litecoin. Some people said Tron. Of course, people said XRP. So once we get closer to that, then I'll send out a poll with the finals. Whoever had the most, if like XRP had a lot of people that, tweet and said they wanted to see it, send out a poll, see how it goes, see what the community wants. I'm all about community. Really seeing how people, I guess really just what people have on their mind. That was basically what the setup of this was for, just to see, how Bitcoin is moving. Any analysis that I could give just to help out. Switch back over, XRP, Bitcoin. Think about going long on OPTT. Okay, I believe that's the one that just had a spike. You want to go long on it? Yeah, I mean, I can see that had this huge overextension. I guess, yeah, today, so. Oh, Volatility Trading. Good guy, great YouTuber. I mean, he definitely a smart guy, so maybe trade some options as well. I wouldn't recommend going long on this. This is a very typical pump and dump. It's very overextended off the VWAP, but again, with these pump and dumps, that's going to occur. And just with Lyft, I mean, Lyft just opened its IPO, initial public offering, and the VWAP, yeah, the VWAP, it was overextended, but again, the price was just astronomical. A lot of people were just taking profits, because I think even for the pre-investors, that pump up and then it opens at like $88, that was just too much for the public. So we had this huge sell-off. I believe it's starting to recover. I think it hit a bottom. But for the newer, the IPOs, the VWAP, you can't really rely on that. You have to rely more on the moving average. So for this is a very typical pump and dump in my mind. Just looking at this, get my paintbrush out. If we're looking at 5 minute, yeah, there's yeah, I mean, I want to look at this whole thing and just say that it's a cup and handle, but it's really just a reverse cup and handle. I mean, we have this, and then we have this. If I broke it down even further, I mean, on the daily, it just kind of speaks for itself. It had a huge spike up here. Go ahead and put the horizontal out. Spike up to here. Broke over this. I mean, broke over this double right here. And then just flew down. So CLF. Okay. But yes, definitely a pump and dump. Okay, go ahead and look at the 1 minute. Oh wow, this really did have some movement. I mean, it was up in the pre-market, opened up and flew, very overextended. I mean, opening, we have it open at 1066. Yeah, flying all the way up here to... Okay, so the range of this isn't too wild, just because I opened to the high, it was basically about 40 cents. But yes, very overextended on the 1 minute candles. Very overextended. I think off the one, like the first, we definitely get a lot of FOMO because people see this huge pull and they want to crash back down. But it continued to go up on the second 1 minute candle. So, yeah, I mean, definitely a good look. I would have, yeah, I would have liked to have a false break on this candle right here just to give a confirmation. But yeah, very, very good. Wasn't watching it. I mean, with those quick movements, you know, you really just have to be ready. Personally, I pick out like 5 stocks. I always post it on Twitter. I always post it on Discord. Unfortunately, today I wasn't able to, so I can't say always. But I definitely try my best to give an idea of what I'm looking at or what I think is a good pick. And then once market opens, I normally look at 1 or 2 solely, just based on how it moves at the open. So with these quick movers, they're, I mean, definitely beautiful setups. A lot of people would think that someone's crazy for wanting to short this just because it's up on the day and it continues. But someone's got to take profits sooner or later. So that's why this huge pullback is occurring, just because everyone that bought it is taking profits. And, of course, shorters are going to jump in with it. It was a scanner play. I wanted to pull it right. It actually came under 11. Yeah, I mean, under 11 is just beautiful because you have that mental. Just like I was talking about Bitcoin at $5,000, that a whole dollar is always a mental resistance or support line. Even if it's not, I mean, right here, we don't have anything really going off of it. I don't see like candle tops over here or anything, but just knowing that it's a whole dollar, you know, that's just a big thing right there. Yeah, I mean, scanners are good. Don't get me wrong. I personally don't use a scanner. I think they're good when someone knows how to utilize them. I think what occurs is new traders that come into the market, you know, they're excited because, you know, you can make zillions of dollars in an hour or however. But there's a lot of hype that's based around scanners. So when you see a millionaire trader, however, using this scanner and they advocate for this one scanner, hey, I made $4,000 because of the scanner, then they feel like they need to push themselves into using scanners, and they may not be familiar with how to actually use them. So always be careful of that. And again, with scanners, they're passive income. It's not like I need to physically do something to get income off of a scanner. I just have to project that it's helping me trade, and other people will follow suit, if they're happy with the results that you're getting. So, can't say anything negative about scanners. Just be cautious. And that's the same thing with, any type of chat room. Just always be cautious. They're designed to help you set you up for success. That's the intended design, but sometimes they kind of get distorted and a lot of backdoor stuff occurs. So just always be cautious. Stock market, you can make a lot of money. Cryptocurrency, you can make a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but you can also spend money where it's not really needed to think that you have to do so to make that profit. You don't have to be in a chat room to make profit. You don't have to have a scanner to make profit. Trust me, I love, I can't hate on anyone that uses scanners. I just want to make that clear. A lot of day traders, really good guys, they use scanners, so just want to advocate that. DKTX, scanners don't try to sell you anything. They are what they are. the scanner per se doesn't try to sell you anything. It's the individuals that develop them that push it to obtain an income. That's kind of how it is. I mean, if that wasn't the design of the scanner, then people wouldn't charge money for them. They would just design the scanner and they give it for free. But the intention is, I've designed this scanner, it can help you make these profits. Here's the charge for it. So yes, you hate me, I know it. No, absolutely not. No, scanners don't try to sell you anything. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's really just like, get it how you live. If you design a scanner and you want to sell it, cool. You know, if you want to advocate for it, cool. But, you know, just ensure that you know how to use it before you think that it's like a necessity. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Let me look at VKTX, basically the inverse of the SPY. TX. Wait a second. VKTX. I might have something mixed up. I might be thinking of something else. All right, let me go ahead and take a look at this. I'm a pretty volatile scanner myself. I'm able to rent. Oh, you have a validity scanner? Or a volatility scanner? Okay, so VKTX was another play. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely overextended. The thing with this is it's, let me go ahead and look at the daily real quick. Yeah, I mean, it was a green to red movement, so I always have to be cautious of that. Let me look at the 5-minute real quick. So yeah, even on the 5-minute, it's really nice. I mean, look at this. You have a high right here of 1091. Oh, wow. So you have a 2-cent break here on the 5-minute. That's definitely a false break. And very overextend off the VWAP. The range was good for it to be, you know, slightly over $10. So can't complain about that. But yeah, definitely a good movement. Okay. Let me go ahead and take a look at Lyft real quick. See how it did. Yeah, I mean, look at this on the daily. Yeah, so it did gain traction here. I mean, the low 66.10. So it's starting to get a push back up. So I really think that it just opened to the public a little too pricey. I could see if it was Uber. I think Uber is going to have more public anticipation compared to Lyft. But, I mean, now that's hit a base, I think it'll be a little easier to trade. It's always tricky, though, with IPOs because the VWAP, you can't really go off of that. There's nothing for the VWAP to base itself off of. All in short Lyft. I mean, it would have been short. It would have been nice if you shorted, you know, up in this area, definitely. On day one, I mean, it would have been very beautiful. So. See how Bitcoin is on the 1 minute. Yeah, I mean, it's holding the moving average. It's not broke below the VWAP. Oh, yeah, so one thing I wanted to talk on. Too much profit on these small gains. Yeah, you know. You don't want to get too crazy with it. I was actually about to draw this support right here. So it looked like it came back down. Put it right here. I mean, we had the bottom of the block right here, bottom of this candle here, slightly here, here, and then here. And almost a double bottom. So if it breaks through here, closer to the VWAP, and hopefully it bounces off the VWAP. One thing that I did want to mention for people that are newer to cryptocurrency, just like the basics as far as like how the exchange works, I had received a question about that, and I mean, it makes, when I first came into crypto, I had no idea, you know, as far as what do I do with these coins, where do they come from? I have no idea. A lot of people, I believe, they don't really see all the work that really goes into the cryptocurrency. They think it's just you get on the computer, you type it up, and you're like, cool, I want to make this coin, and then you just drop it. But there's a lot of work behind the scenes, and now because crypto is getting more of a public anticipation, it's becoming more pricey. Now for exchanges, when a coin launches, they're not automatically on an exchange. Basically, you can have a coin, it launches, no one knows about it, it's not on an exchange. You have to start marketing. Looks like we just came back down. We're touching this. But you have to market it. You have to tell people, you know, what's going on. Now, to obtain an exchange, exchanges, the way they operate is, you know, it's really equivalent to, I wouldn't say it's equivalent to the stock exchange. We just got broke. Okay, so hopefully there's a good break here, just so it gets to the VWAP and pushes back up. But for the exchanges, whenever you purchase or transfer, anything like that, there's always some type of fee that occurs. So if I wanted to purchase so much SPECTRE security, just for example, there's always a fee that goes along with it. That's how these exchanges make money. Another way they make money is because coins had to be put on exchanges just so they had to be traded somewhere. They actually charge these, I guess the coin execs or whoever, a certain amount of money to place their coin on it. They know that the coin has to be put on exchange. They know people will pay the price. Depending on the exchange, it can get very pricey. It could be 0.1 Bitcoin, which is around, it's about $500, 0.1 Bitcoin, to multiple Bitcoin. I mean, some exchanges want 2 to 3 Bitcoin. It gets pretty wild. So there's a lot behind the scenes that goes into a cryptocurrency. It's not as you just type up a coin, cool, I want to call it this name or whatever, and then you're just put on all the exchanges. You actually have to pay to get on these exchanges. With any coin that's on an exchange, you can go to their website. It'll give you a list of, you know, what exchanges they're on. Now, as far as a block explorer, that's always cool to have. That block explorer shows you any transaction of any wallet that occurs in that entire blockchain. A blockchain is just, you know, basically the coin's home in a sense. But it also shows you how many coins are in a certain wallet. So if I went to that block explorer, I could see, okay, this wallet, even though I don't know who owns the wallet, this wallet has so many coins. A lot of people look at that because they want to see, is there a huge amount of coins in a wallet because the developer gave themselves a lot of coins, and maybe if the coin goes up, they'll just dump all the coins on the market. They don't like to see any type of, you know, activity like that. But it's always nice to have it, even though crypto is, we like to think of it as decentralized, it still has centralized aspects as far as a block explorer that go along with it. Investors just like to see that because they like to see the allocations of certain wallets, see how they would fit into it. Is a developer holding a good amount? That's always something good to know. So, if you want me to look at any other stocks, please let me know. Any cryptocurrencies, let me know. We did announce the winner. The winner was this individual. Definitely happy for them. Very excited. They won 300 XRP. It's equivalent to around $90, $100. So, you know, that's really cool. I'm very happy for them. We're coming up on our 500 followers giveaway. I mean, it's right around the corner. I think, you know, 30 more followers, and then we're going to launch that. We put out a tweet just to see what everyone wants to see in this giveaway. Litecoin. It doesn't even have to be a cryptocurrency. It could really be whatever. But of course, cryptocurrency as far as Litecoin, Tron was on there. I believe Bitcoin was on there. You know, so once those are actually, you know, given out, people can, you know, they can vote for it in a poll, and then that's what we'll go with for 500. Yeah, Johnny. So very excited about that, you know, and I'm very excited about the growth of the Twitter account. I mean, going from, I believe in a week, we've gone from under 100 to almost 500. That's just, it's unbelievable. I'm truly lost for words. Wow. Thank you so much. I truly do appreciate it. But yeah, so we have the winner posted on Twitter. Wait for the wallet so we can give them the coins. We'll have another live stream this weekend. We'll be on here. Also, we'll be on Your Crypto Daily. Definitely check out Your Crypto Daily. Give a lot of just amazing news and updates regarding cryptocurrency. You always want to stay updated just to know what's going on. Just like when I saw Bitcoin hopped over 5,000, I wanted to see what was going on. You know, I knew there was an overextension, but I wanted to see how it was going to react to the overextension. And we're starting to see a pullback. Hopefully it pulls back down to the VWAP and continues to go up. I would love for it to hold this area. I don't want to see too much gain on the upside. Not at this point in time. I want the Litecoin halving to take place. Of course, people are going to be in love with Litecoin up to that part just because there's a lot of FOMO that's going to happen. But I wanted to hold this area, 5,000, 6,000. I know 6,000 was a big support line months ago. So if it breaks through, I mean, it did break through 6,000, but if it's able to break through 6,000 again, I think we're going to have a really good run. I want that. I mean, it would be great if it occurred. Everyone wants it to occur tomorrow. But for it to be a very healthy movement, if it occurred, you know, in a good amount of time, just because I want there to be a nice consolidation before an upward push to the all-time high. The all-time high is definitely a goal. I believe it's going to occur in about 2 years. Just going off the trend, looking forward to it. I think this push here, even though there's a pullback, it gives us more time to see, oh, crypto is volatile. You know, there's a lot of volume that's pushing through, and it can be very quick. I mean, there's a lot of market cap that was added in just a day, so it gives us an ability to see how the cryptos reacted to this, which cryptos really reacted. I mean, some didn't even move. Some even went down during this. So looking at the cryptos actually moved and then building your portfolio as such. Of course, you want to be into a crypto that you believe in the project, but you also want something that has good volume, that has, you know, basically a chance when Bitcoin does push up. Oh, Scott, good to see you, man. Definitely appreciate that. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the 24/7 access to crypto markets? Love it or hate it? It's a good question. I was thinking today the same exact thing. With foreign exchange, I believe that's 23/6. I don't believe it runs on Sundays. I could be wrong. I haven't really gotten to Forex in quite some time. But with crypto, yeah, I mean, it's around the clock. It's nice because you can access the trading at any time. Unlike the stock market, you know, you're not going to be able to look at a key. Like as far as the stock market opens at 9:30 Eastern. Cool. Once it opens, I know there's going to be a huge volume push. I mean, that's normally how it is if the stock has set itself up right in the pre-market. There's always going to be people that are taking profits from the pre-market, even if it's a shorter or it's a buyer. With crypto, you have to look more at how is the daily forming. Yes, I look at the 1 minute and the 5 minute candles as well, just because it gives me a better insight, because I like to trade. I don't like to be in trades. I don't like to swing trade as much as I do just very quick scalps. But yeah, with crypto, you don't have that set time where you know at 9:30 there's going to be hopefully a good overextension that you could short. Or anything like that. I do love it that you do have access around the clock, just so you could trade it at any time, but I have to hate it in the aspect that, you know, it's not a key time that I could look at the crypto market and know there's going to be a volume influx. It's just not, you know, it's not going to happen like that. Yes, there's support lines or resistance lines, formations that can be broken that would activate any type of momentum push. But it's not like everyone's waiting for the clock to open at 9:30, and once it does, then we can get trading. So definitely a good question. Definitely. I love the fact crypto is 24/7 trading. Just don't go to sleep or you get wrecked. Yeah. I really, 24/7 is really cool. I'm actually going to get back into day trading crypto. I got away from it just because in the bear market, It's very sideways. Yes, there are abilities to get scalp trades, but now that we're having volume pushing in, I want to go back to day trading crypto. I'll have videos of that, of course, on this channel. Your Crypto Daily, I would love to do it as well. Not a lot of traders want to live trade because, you know, I mean, if you have a really bad trade and you crash your account, you're live. You can't escape it. Even if you turned it off or you hide your face from the camera, it's still out there. So, but I think it gives a good transparency. So I think people respect that because you are live. So there's really no hiding your strategy or anything like that. I mean, people are going to see it for what it is. So definitely a good question. I really do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and flip back to see what Bitcoin's doing on the 1 minute. Yeah, I mean, we're holding a good trend line. We really are. Let's hold it here. Got the push here. I mean, hell, we could even... let's see. Yeah, I mean, this candle... see how it reacts here, I suppose. I'd like for the, like I said, I'd like for it to come back to the VWAP, have a closure, just to give us the, I don't know, just to verify that this does have potential to keep on pushing. I would like for it to stay in the 5,000, 6,000 area for now. We'll see how it reacts when the Litecoin halving takes place, but we're not going to have a huge push like we did in 2017 until that Bitcoin halving. I mean, Bitcoin is the household name. Okay, so it looks like we just got pushed up and it's holding the moving average. So this cross right here, you know, it looks like it's on the upside. Hopefully it will hold this trend line. But it's a household name. I mean, Bitcoin, when you think of a cryptocurrency, people automatically think Bitcoin. People might think others because they might be more familiar. But if you say, hey, you know, cryptocurrency, oh yeah, Bitcoin. That's just a household name. And then also, I mean, if you look at the whole spectrum of it, Bitcoin, even though I think now is less than 50% of the whole entire cryptocurrency market cap, it's still a large portion of it. Whenever it spikes, there's going to be a lot of cryptocurrencies that do it in return, just like we just saw. I mean, Bitcoin was spiking up, and there was huge... I believe my portfolio was up probably like 20%, I believe, through all of this. So can't complain of that, but I'm glad that it, you know, is starting to consolidate, become healthy again. Yep, so we just got this push up, and now I can really focus on my portfolio of, oh, okay, so these cryptos moved when Bitcoin went up. I know Bitcoin's going to spike again in the future, so it's nice that these cryptocurrencies that did spike, they're established, they're in markets. It's not like they're on one exchange and that's it. I mean, they're on multiple exchanges, and of course, the more exchanges you're on, the more volume you'll get, more publicity that's going to be out there, and a larger community in return. Well, there you have it. Broke the lines here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this was the cross right here. So we saw how it pushed right through, and it's holding the moving average. So, yeah, just because of, I mean, right here, I mean, we're at the 5,000 mark. So now we're at 5,007, 5,006. So Bitcoin Cash. All right, let's see. So this is interesting. On the 1 minute, always do that. It's awesome. Sure, I got that on the line. Yeah, I mean, it's holding a moving average. It's really just going right with Bitcoin. It really is. I mean, we had the consolidation and the breakthrough. Bitcoin just broke through. Even if we wanted to close this up a little bit, put it right here, and holding this trend. So it's really how much you want to actually analyze it. If we were looking at past, then of course it would be going further out. Again, it's a healthy movement. It bust up, came back down, bust up, have a wicking candle, come back down, and it touched the VWAP. And that's the biggest thing. It touched the VWAP, and then it started moving back. The VWAP is the volume weighted average price. Basically, this line is going off, past, just the entire time really of how this should be, the price, the estimated price it should be at. So like when an IPO, initial public offering, launches, if it launched at $80 or $90, the VWAP's going to be right at $90. That's all it has to go off of, is that one opening candle. So let's see, ABC. Bitcoin Cash, ABC. I might be looking at something wrong. Litecoin, all right. Let's go to US dollar. Let's go over to the 5-minute candles here. All right. Well, we're holding a good trend. So, touching these candles, came back down, pushed up, touching these candles, holding the VWAP, holding the moving average. The nice thing about Litecoin is you have the moving average and the VWAP right here. Double support, really. Oh, it's a fork? Okay. Okay, that's right. Bitcoin Cash had the fork. All right. So let's look at. Oops. US dollar coin. I guess you could go off of that. We'll take a look. You could go off Tether because Tether is equivalent to $1. So. Bitcoin Cash. Well, this is. That's odd because Bitcoin Cash and ABC, it's around the same. Either way, look at the daily here. So just like Bitcoin going down to the hour. Oh, wow. Yeah, you definitely want to watch out for these crossings. VWAP moving average cross. We have this huge push. We're about to have a cross right here. So see what occurs when this crossing happens. Okay. Let me go back over to Lite. Actually, no, we just took a look at Litecoin, I believe. Yeah. Holding this trend line. It really, a lot of cryptos that we're going to look at are having the same movement if we look at the daily. This is very close to what Bitcoin was. So Bitcoin's going to look like this. Of course, Litecoin. I'm sure XRP is probably very similar. So yeah, the wicking candle right here. So all these cryptocurrencies are following suit with Bitcoin. I think that's the biggest thing. That's why it's confusing. What's the real Bitcoin? What's the real Bitcoin Cash? Gotta wait till mass adoption to find out, I guess. Yeah, for Bitcoin Cash, I believe that's at $300 something. So when I looked at it, oh, don't want to go to the euro. Yeah, yeah, with this moving average holding and VWAP right there, so a double support. I really just have to say with Bitcoin, a lot. I've definitely repeated myself, but a lot of coins are going to follow suit with Bitcoin. That's just kind of how it is. So with all these that we're looking at, it's very similar to Bitcoin. Yes, they're going to vary. Especially on like percentage gained and stuff, stuff like that. And then we could also, that's why when I'm like day trading cryptocurrency, I'm looking at the 1 minute and the 5 minute. Yes, I should keep an eye on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is influencing heavily on all these coins. But the 1 minute and the 5 minute charts are going to vary slightly. So those are definitely ones that you want to keep in mind. I know when I was looking at Bitcoin last night, I stayed up. Let me actually just go over and I can show you what I was looking at. So, well, we have the 5 minute. Okay, so April 2nd. So we were right in this area. And this is on the 5 minute. Well, actually, let's go over to the hour. Yeah, so right in this area. And I mean, with any type of time frame you go off of, you'll be able to see really, I mean, there's formations you can go off of. I mean, right here, this is basically a false break. I mean, we have a high of 50.80. We have a high of 50.88. $8. $8 to this stock that has a spread of hundreds of dollars isn't any momentum, not really. So it broke over where it wanted to right here. But it was a false break, so we get this pullback. Of course, with the moving average and the VWAP cross, I always point that out, and we can see the candle that came from that. That's why it's confusing. Okay. Do you use news fundamentals for crypto, or are you strictly technical? It's a good question. Do you use news? Always, with news. It's definitely a good question because it's not really like the stock market. Yes, there's news as far as upcoming events that may be taking place. But, I mean, it's... I would say not so much for crypto. I'm not going to focus on the news. Yes, there's going to be news that comes out for... Goodness. That's a good question because it's... The news that I would be looking for cryptocurrency was if there's any type of swaps that are taking place. A swap is equivalent to a reverse split in the stock market. I know of cryptocurrencies that are about to take a swap into account, and I know exactly what I would do for a swap. That's the news that I want to see. For news, like, it's really hard to go off of that because it's not really news oriented. Yes, there's news as far as like they might be at like a certain show or they might be displayed somewhere. But no, I really have to say I'm going to go off the technical analysis and yes, news pertaining any type of swaps. Because swaps are, you have to know about swaps. I mean, it's just like a reverse split. I mean, one day you could have 1,000 shares and the next day you have 1 share. Because a reverse split happened. It's the same thing with coins that go through swaps. You could have 1,000 coins, then you wake up the next day, you have 1 coin. And the price is going to be affected heavily on that. And then there's a lot of detail, and that's why it's so hard for me to really get my thoughts together, to actually portray it to everyone, because there's a lot of things that go into account with news or swaps. Breaking it down further, coins can be paired with other coins. Doge, of course, coins are paired with Dogecoin. Dogecoin is, I believe it's 0.003 cents right now. But for the coins that are paired with Doge, they have great volume, but because they're paired with Doge, their price goes down significantly. With coins that are only paired with Bitcoin, the lowest partial of a Bitcoin is 1 sat, 1 Satoshi, which is 0.7 zeros and a 1. If you want to basically get that with, you know, how much it would be. So if I went to a calculator and I put, actually, I'll just do it here. So Bitcoin, oh, Bitcoin Cash just popped. So if a coin, it's so let's say a coin wants to go through a swap, and they go through a swap, and then they want to revert to only being paired with Bitcoin, which is it could be very difficult to do that. Is it possible? It's possible, but there's a lot of work that would have to go into it and a lot of coordination with the exchanges. And exchanges probably wouldn't want to do that because they'd be losing a lot of volume. And because they're losing volume, they're losing these transaction costs. But not only would you have to take in the account of how much Satoshi as far as Dogecoin it is, once the swap occurs and then it goes to being paired with Bitcoin, you'd have to go off not Doge sats, but you'd have to go off like Bitcoin sats. So yes, the price would rage, it would rise as far as the minimum price it could be, but the amount of coins is going down. There's really a lot. You could look at cryptocurrency in the scope of, you have coins, they go on an exchange, there's a price for the exchange that they're going for, of course supply and demand, and that's it. Or you can go into the depth of like swaps, any type of coin burn, Doge sats, like Bitcoin Satoshis. There's certain tiers of, look at that. I don't know if you can see, maybe not, but I just got a masternode reward. And that's another thing, masternodes, there's different tiers of how in depth you want to get into the cryptocurrency realm. So a lot of people think developing a coin is just you make the coin online and boom, that's it. Oh, cool. Oh, it just went to $1 million. Okay, I'm a millionaire. It's definitely not like that. With that said, I definitely happy to say I can't officially announce it. I can unofficially announce it, but Lone Wolf Day Trading has been offered a position with a very known cryptocurrency. I mean, it was, wow, it was a surprise when I saw this, but offered a position to be the primary technical analysis dude, which was just phenomenal. I couldn't believe when I saw the offer and gladly accepted it. So I can't officially announce it. This is very unofficial, so I can't give a lot of depth of it. But just, wow. I never thought that starting, I mean, years ago when I got into cryptocurrency and the stock market, it would evolve to different coins reaching out to me and wanting me to be their basically in-house technical analysis guy. So that was really cool. An absolute honor. Just so excited about it. So yeah, I'm still lost for words. I really couldn't believe it when I saw it. And then also, of course, I am on unofficial but official news. I am on a team developing a cryptocurrency. We're preparing it. And when I say there's a lot of work behind the scenes, there is a lot of work behind the scenes. A lot of people have asked me, Jonathan, where are the videos at? Do you day trade anymore? I do day trade, and day trading encompasses stock market and cryptocurrency. So yes, it's still day trading, but there's so much time absorbed by developing a cryptocurrency. It's just wild. There's so much that goes into it. There's so much coordination. There's so many different avenues you have to, you have to have a lot of connections to make it a reality. And I'm very fortunate that, there's a great team behind this cryptocurrency. Were you around for the days of Cryptsy? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what that is. I guess not. I guess not. I've never heard of Cryptsy. It's funny. Back in early 2017. Let me actually check this. I wanted to check this price. Let's go off of the. We'll go. Early 2017. Yeah, Bitcoin was, Litecoin was about $5. It's exchange traders used to love. I've never heard of it. No. Yeah, but yeah, early 2017, when Litecoin was $4, one of my guys approached me, and this is back when we just entered the stock market. We were talking about DCTH, we were talking about ENSV, all these that had pumps later on about June. But he said, "Hey, dude, yeah, there's this like cryptocurrency thing." I guess that's how he talked. Hey, yeah, dude. I don't, I don't remember, but he said, "Yeah, what you do is you mine it, and it uses electricity, but you mine it and you get these coins in return. But it uses a lot of electricity and it takes time, but the coin is whatever price." And I was like, okay, cool. It kind of went in one ear and out the other because I wasn't really familiar with cryptocurrency at the time. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. You mine it. How the hell do you mine it on the computer? What's this? So it's funny that he approached me to mine stuff when it was $4, and of course it would get up here to breaking $350 a coin. So I thought of that the other day. I was like, yeah, I remember when he talked to me in January of 2017 about it was like some coin or whatever. So it's just a funny people never thought that it would go to this price. I don't think they thought that. And when it skyrocketed to what it was, it just shows us the potential that this coin has. Yes, since the spike of 2017, more coins have come into circulation, of course, but it's not been enough to... Oh, another Mastodon reward. Nice. Spitting everywhere. Nice. But not to the point where it's just diluted the price. It hasn't gone from, a circulating supply of how much it was at this point to trillions. It's had a healthy growth of circulating supply. So, and again, the max supply of Litecoin is only 84 million, Bitcoin being 21 million. So it's nothing crazy. It's not like trillions and trillions. Once you get into trillions, a lot of investors are turned away, especially if a cryptocurrency doesn't have a max cap on it, because it could just continue to go. I mean, yes, the demand may rise, but demands can go down. But when there's a lower demand and the supply just keeps growing and growing and growing, it's not healthy. So, that's one thing that I look for when I'm looking for any type of cryptocurrency to invest in, is a max cap. I want it to have a max cap. If it doesn't have a max cap, I'm not going to invest. Yes, there are coins that don't have max caps that had really good pushes, especially in 2017. I always reference experience points. Experience points pushed all the way to 0.006. No, maybe 0.005. And Denta coin was 0.006. But it didn't have a max cap. But at the time, a lot of people were less apt to look at the certain specifics of a coin. Now, I mean, back in the day, you could have pre-mines, cool, whatever, who cares? But now people are they really want to know any type of specifics for the coin. What's the pre-mine? What's the max, what's the block rate, the hashing rate, or however, what's the masternode to staking reward? I mean, what's the collateral for the masternode? People want to know all this now. Something that they didn't really think about back in the day. It was just, oh, that's a cool coin. I like the project. Yeah, I'm going to invest in that. Because, these aspects are very different compared to the stock market. Yes, there's a lot of similarities as far as the mentality and the psychology behind it. But with, stocks, you can't have masternodes. I can't, put a collateral of so many shares of a stock and then it in return gives me more shares. That just doesn't happen unless you go through like a split, as far as not a reverse split, just a split of maybe a 1 to 10 or something, where your shares will multiply. Reverse split, they'll just decrease. So again, if people would love to see that, I can give a very in-depth look at cryptocurrency. But I think a lot of people just like it to skim the surface, as far as how do you get on an exchange? What's the price to get on an exchange? What's a max cap? How's the market cap calculated? What's the difference between the max and the circulating supply? Just stuff like that. And because, I mean, yes, there's similarities to the stock market. I mean, you have the float, which is equivalent to, it's kind of, that's the thing. It's like a circulating supply, but the circulating supply in cryptocurrency grows until you hit that max cap. So yes, there's similarities, but there are, you know, differences. That's why it's kind of hard for me to articulate certain things, because I don't want to step into being incorrect, but you know, I'm still trying to portray what I'm thinking without confusing anybody and without me blowing a gasket in my head. I'd hate to pop a blood vessel or something. But yeah, if anyone has any questions whatsoever, please let me know. We've gone for about an hour, which is awesome. I didn't think this would be a very long. I was giving more of the cryptocurrency side. Again, congratulations to the winner of the 300 XRP, equivalent to about $100. Very happy for them. Truly am. I love to give back to the community. Without the community, I would be nothing. I would just be some guy that talks to himself and a cat that wears sunglasses. That's really about it. So with the community that supports me in talking to myself and having a cat as a mascot, I truly do appreciate it. You know, it makes me feel less insane. So I highly appreciate that. I truly do. I got the crypto bug in 2015. It's actually my first experience with market. I was mentored at the time by Jim Blasco, who is now dropping a Lampo with a license plate 42 Bitcoin. The name sounds familiar, actually. That guy used to talk about the future of crypto, and sure enough, he was being on. Oh, okay. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, with the push of 2017, I know there was a lot of Litecoin, or a lot of Lambos and Ferraris being purchased. So, yeah, it's really just wild. Yeah, I mean, 2015, goodness. What, Litecoin? Yep, so 2015, yeah, $1. $2 for a Litecoin. But you just, at the time, you know, of course, hindsight's 2020, but if someone said, hey, you want to buy this not even tangible item, it's just a number on a computer, you want to buy this for $5 or whatever, no, why would I do that? You know, like, it's really, I mean, it's just like investing in, it's just like investing in the stock market. It's just a share. It's just a number on a computer, but it has value because people give it a value. That's really what it is. Litecoin's a number on a computer. It's not a tangible item. I couldn't survive on a desert island with it, but people give it value. And because of human psychology, of FOMO and everything like that, you know, of course, the value is going to rise over time. So when it came down, Litecoin bust all the way to, okay, so we have the daily right here, go over. I remember when it came down right here, I actually bought in when it spiked up to around 30. 30 was where I got in, and I wanted to add when it got back to 20. I said, cool, if it gets back down to 20, I'll add. I actually posted that on Twitter. It never did. But at the time, a lot of people were saying that Litecoin was going to go to like $5, you know. And it's definitely possible. It could have. But once it came down to the $20 area, a lot of people wanted to buy into that, and that's why we got this huge push up. Shirley, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I truly do appreciate it. We're just covering Bitcoin right now and possible future movement. But yeah, with Litecoin, I wanted to add to it. We had the push, and now it's going for $88. I actually sold when it was pushing to 60. So, or I'm sorry, not 60, 40. I wish it was 60. It was 40. So I sold out much too early. You know, I didn't hold to my original thought of, okay, if it pushes back, because we had this push up. We can see it right here. It was pushing up, got to 40. We have 40 right here, but it actually pushed to 40 here. I told myself if it broke through a certain line, I would get out of it. It didn't, but I still sold out, and now we see where we're at. So that kind of stinks, but I have to say I'm happy that the spike's occurring because it shows there's a lot of volume. There's a lot of volume possibility within crypto. We see how quick it can move. It still has the ability, and now it gives me an idea of the cryptocurrencies that moved with Bitcoin's movement. It's very important to have, you know, I mean, you want to have cryptocurrencies that are going to move with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin will spike up again. I truly believe it'll break the all-time high. That's what I'm waiting for, and I'm still building my portfolio as we go. So I have, I think, about 12 coins that I'm invested in, about 2 of which I'm heavily invested in, but, you know, still holding and still waiting for that spike. Okay, let's go over. There we go. Back to the background. So recreated this background. I think it looks kind of cool. I mean, I kind of did the best I could. I'm not very artistic. So this is what came out of it. But yes, Mr. Kitty does have glasses now. He has the cool sunglasses, and that's basically why I had to recreate it. I had to give him a new look, had to make him look more OG, and you know, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I truly do appreciate it. Again, it's out of the ordinary to have a mid-week analysis, but I'm happy that, you know, I was able to get out here, give an analysis of what Bitcoin was doing, what to look out for, and things that I personally, you know, want to see moving into the future. I broke down as far as the all-time high in 2013, 2017. Right now, we're looking good for Bitcoin. As far as holding 5,000, 6,000. I want to hold that area. I want to hold that area through the Litecoin halving. A lot of people would say, well, aren't you bullish on the crypto? I am. But the thing is, I don't want it to get overextended and before the Bitcoin halving occurs. I want it to be very healthy, and then once that halving gets closer, then the lot of volume will rush in. So for any type of, you know, crazy movement that occurs right now, it would possibly make it more unstable. But I like where it's holding right now. It's a very healthy movement. Yes, the daily's overextended, but I think it's going to have a pullback to the VWAP and then continue up a little higher. Thank you, Scott. I truly do appreciate it. You know, I always enjoy the live streams. I truly do. I love getting out here, speaking with everybody, see what's on everyone's mind. Make sure to check out the Twitter. You know, we have the giveaway coming up, and we actually have a giveaway, not only the 300 XRP that just took place, but the 5,000 SPECTRE security. I'm very heavily, that's what the Masternode rewards were coming from, is SPECTRE security. Highly invested in them. Great project, great team, very active team. So the giveaway is basically 5,000 XRP, or 5,000 XSPC. And then if forever the winner is, they actually have a Masternode giveaway going on that's valued at 25,000 XSPC. So if you win this giveaway, you're automatically entered to the 25,000 value Masternode. I think that's pretty cool. A little oversight of Masternodes. You put them online and you get a reward ever so often based on the reward of that blockchain. So you just get free rewards. Go ahead and switch that. Yeah, so free rewards from a Masternode. Also staking, you get free rewards. Now granted, the reason for this is whenever you stake, whenever you have a Masternode online, you're validating transactions. You're helping the blockchain grow, making it more secure, and then this is the reward for doing so. Something that people need to remember and understand is, dependent on how the block rewards are set up, as far as staking and Masternode, staking could be 50%, Masternode could be 50%. Over time, it may change. So, you know, whenever a block is reached, you know, 70% could go to Masternode and 30% to the stakers. So that's something that you want to keep in mind whenever you're getting into these POS coins. Doesn't mean piece of crap. It's proof of stake. So you have POS, you have POW. Proof of stake, proof of work, Bitcoin and Litecoin are POWs. And the coins that are really starting to hit home are the POS coins. I know Coinbase came out with something that they were wanting to push proof of stake coins, more heavy because you're getting a reward out of these coins. Yes, you are with the power of work, or the proof of work, but there's not this huge amount of electricity, and there's not this huge, I guess, upfront of money that has to go into it to obtain a reward. You're just having the coins sit in your wallet, and it just, like right now, I mean, I had like 5 Masternode rewards come in just because my wallet was online. What's up, James? Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even eaten yet, so I'll have to figure out something. I have maybe a pizza. I don't know. I don't really have that good of. I mean, I wish I could make something crazy, but I'm not that good in the kitchen. So, unfortunately, and I'm out of cereal. So these are hard times for me. Wish I hadn't sold my Litecoin 2 weeks ago. The funny thing, I was actually holding 13 Litecoin before I sold. I made profit, but I didn't hold to what I said and what I was thinking, and that's my personal fault. And I have to admit it. So if I actually held to, oh, Jonathan, you said you wouldn't sell unless it hit this support line, then I would have still been in Litecoin. But didn't listen to myself, so that kind of stinks. So I have to remember one thing, Jonathan. Hold out for the Bitcoin rise that's going to occur in 2021. That's what I keep on telling myself. Yes, Bitcoin's going to go up. There's going to be spikes. There's going to be spikes in Litecoin. But the primary one isn't going to happen until into 2020, maybe between into 2020, into 2021. That's what I'm looking for. I have to keep on telling myself and reminding myself, that's what you're holding for. Now, of course, I'm not going to dump everything I have. I do believe in these projects going to the future. I believe cryptocurrency has a huge influence going into the future. I mean, it truly does. That's just how we're moving. We're hitting a technology. I mean, it's funny. I say that we're about to hit a very okay, we're about to be very advanced in technology. I can't say that right now. Maybe I'm too hungry, but there's actually a YouTube video of someone from the future that was talking about cryptocurrency. I think it was pretty cool. Is he really from the future? Whatever. But it was kind of cool how he's talking about cryptocurrency and fiat are going to be basically, I mean, they'll work hand in hand. Now, for the generation that we're currently in, it wasn't that clean to trade, though. Yeah. The generation at hand, like when I talked to my grandmother and I told her about Bitcoin, she could give a crap less. She did not care. She's like, yep, it's French to me, but that's cool. I'm like, okay, thanks. For me and for where we're at, I believe people in cryptocurrency right now are the pre-investors. We have the different tiers of investing. We have the innovators, we have the pre-investors, we have the investors, and then we basically have the people that missed it. But I believe that we are still in that innovative pre-investor stage. Yes, back in 2017, the overall market cap went to about $869 billion, very shy of $1 trillion. I'm pretty sure trillions going to hit. Not a financial expert or whatever, but it's just kind of inevitable just because more and more people are learning of Bitcoin. A lot of people may be turned off that Bitcoin's $5,000. I can't buy cryptocurrency, but there's other cryptocurrencies. Wait, what? A lot of people don't know that there's these altcoins. They just think Bitcoin's cryptocurrency. So the more people that actually acknowledge that there's other coins out there to buy, that's just going to bring more publicity to cryptocurrency. So definitely excited about it. Definitely excited for the movements as we move on in the generations that go. I mean, like, you know, next generation, cryptocurrency is just going to be like, yeah, obviously cryptocurrency, you know, because everything is just so, everything's technology based. It truly is. What's so amazing I love about cryptocurrency is the scan bars. Basically, like I can hold up my phone, I bring up in Coinbase or even wallets. Coins have wallets that are app-based, application-based, but you just hold it up to someone else's phone, boom, they hold it up, and that's how you transfer the funds. Boom, that was easy. Compared to going through PayPal, which takes about 100% of what I'm trying to transfer, and rob me blind. You know, cryptocurrency is trying to, move away from those crazy. It's just crazy. It truly is. Are there any coins that kick back yield like a dividend? I thought I heard once. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what the POS coins are. Let me go ahead and just show you my... I'll actually have to go back over to my desktop. Oh, goodness, excuse me. So, oh, geez, I'm dying here. This is my wallet for SPECTRE Security. Heavily invested, but if you look at my transactions, I have some giveaway transactions here too, but if you see mined, that means these are just coins that is basically equivalent to a dividend. So I just have it in the wallet, and it just stays in the wallet, and I have these masternodes set up, and as you can see all these MN, these are all free coins. All this. I mean, we're still going. It depends if you're wanting to stake them, if you're wanting to have a masternode. Masternodes tend to have more reward just because there's a collateral that goes into it. So you have to have so many coins before you get it. But yes, that's equivalent to a dividend within the stock market. What's interesting with the stock market dividends is I don't want to say that they're... It's kind of interesting. We could view stocks as cool, they have a dividend, but we can also view stocks as crap, they have a dividend. What occurs is, let's say a stock is doing great, they're having a phenomenal year, awesome. Everyone that holds shares is getting a portion of that money that was the influx. So if they made over, let's say they had 100 million, they're like, oh cool, we have 100 million to do something with. Let's give it back to our investors, which is cool, but what it can do is it can yield the growth of that stock. So instead of having that 100 million, don't really, if they don't push it, I just got another Masternode reward, cool. Instead of pushing it to each and every investor, they could hold that and put it back into maybe like a new technology for the stock or however. So dividends can go for you, but they can also go against you. So, cryptocurrency is French to me too, but when I saw Bitcoin featured up, I do like to trade Bitcoin related stocks, like, yeah, with Riot and Mara. Yeah, because I know there was a lot that were circled around the mining technology. What is... Oh my goodness, I cannot think of it. So, I can't think of it, but the stock that was solely based around computer mining software. Back in 2017, of course, when everything went crazy, people were mining it. People were using huge government facilities to mine Bitcoin. And NVIDIA was just skyrocketing because they had they were able to build these huge computers. And, with the more miners you have on the network, the more the difficulty is going to be. You need a stronger computer. So back in the day, yes, you could mine it on your, you can mine it on your laptop or tablet, smartphone. Not really, but now, you need something that actually, another Masternode reward, geez. Okay. You need something that has some power to it. So, yes, there was, Mara was doing great. The video was spiking. How does Riot and Mara perform against Bitcoin? I think that may go with what I just stated. Cryptocurrency. I just trade the charts because those stocks are more volatile. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely volatile. They truly are. I mean, we just saw it. It's just wild. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull up the market. Jeez, another Masno reward. Holy hell. I mean, I'm not complaining, but good lord. Okay, so this is the... I mean, this is encompassing Bitcoin. Now, this is without Bitcoin, but this is encompassing Bitcoin. And as we see... Go ahead and zoom in here a little bit. All of the cryptocurrencies combined, all their market caps combined, we got up to 815 billion. So that, yep, 815 billion. And then of course we drifted off since. But I mean, that's almost $1 trillion, and cryptocurrency isn't even as public as it could be. I mean, this is back in 2017. Yes, not that long ago. But after, you know, what was really making the public, catching the public's eye was, hey, did you hear Bitcoin just went over $10,000 a coin? What is this? Mining? What is mining? How do you mine a Bitcoin? You know, people were getting hyped about it, and we see what that created. Of course, now, you know, we've gone down a good amount. I mean, we've even gone to 100. We almost went to. I mean, even at one time we may have, but it got to 100 billion. And now we've grown and we're all the way up to 175 billion. So stated right here. So, I mean, we're gaining traction again with excluding Bitcoin. It's still a good amount, 542 billion. I mean, that's a lot of movement. There's really a lot more that can go into it. I mean, my grandmother didn't know what crypto was, which, I mean, she doesn't care, you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, not everyone's heard of it. And my grandmother, like, you know, normally everyone has the grandmother that just knows everything about everything going on, like especially like news related. So if she hadn't heard about Bitcoin, I know there's a lot more people that haven't heard of Bitcoin. So, and even going off of the spike that happened all-time high 2013, you know, we had that good spike, came back down to about a quarter. We had 20,000 hit, go to a quarter, about $5,000. We're at $5,000. So we're still holding. Even more factors are playing out with Bitcoin as far as holding that trend. 2013 or 2012, we had the halving. 2013 spike. 2016 we had the halving. 2017 spike. There's a trend right there. And then all-time high break and then push back down to a quarter. Same thing what's happening right now. It's just, you know, there's multiple factors that are adding up the further that we see in this trend. A lot of people are pushed away because, you know, Bitcoin pushed down a good amount. Yes, going from 20,000 to 5,000 is a good amount. 15,000. That's 75%. But it's equivalent to the all-time high that broke of 1,000 going down to 250 bucks. It still went down 75%, but 750 bucks doesn't sound anything crazy to $15,000. What's the best exchange to buy Spectre? Findbox. I'll actually go over to Findbox. Now, what's interesting, and it's another thing. If I wanted to buy shares in the stock market, there's shares. There's shares for it. Now, of course, the volume is going to be different, but there's going to be shares available. Now, let me go over to Findbox. Trading View. Man, didn't I get lucky? There wasn't any. See, I don't do anything crazy on my computer. There wasn't any type of crazy whatever. So I go to Findbox, look at Spectre Security right here, and you can see basically the bid and ask right here. As you can see, there's not a lot available to the public. That's the thing about this coin. A lot of, like, if I wanted to buy Litecoin, I could buy just a ton of it. You know, it wouldn't matter. But with Spectre, there's only so much available to the public. And these are the different sats. This is going by sats. This is going by Bitcoin sats because it's paired with Bitcoin. If it's paired with Doge, then it would be Doge sats. But this is stats as far as Bitcoin. So 20 sats. Might need my calculator on this one. I could probably do it off the top of my head, but I just want to make sure I got. So about 0.001 cents. Does that sound right? Sounds right, yeah. But even so, there's only 2,000 coins offered at this price. And then if you want more coins, you got to go to this price, this price, this price, this price. So the best place to obtain Spectre, in my opinion, would be Findbox. They're on 3 other exchanges, but I always do everything through Findbox. So I was actually fortunate that there was a large seller, and I was actually able to buy all their coins. A good portion, I think it was like 80% of their coins. But I mean, there's only 176,000 coins offered on Findbox. In addition, the max cap of Spectre security is 500 million, which is very low compared to a lot of coins that have billions and trillions. 500 million, and that's the max cap. The max cap isn't going to be obtained for 10 plus years. I think it's about 10 years or so. So then we have to go off the circulating supply. And circulating supply, it's around like 160 million, I believe. So, great t-shirt, by the way. If I had a YouTube channel, I'd pitch it. I really appreciate it. I hope it came out well. For the design, I hope again, I hope it came out well. I might have to scale it a little bit, but I hope you do enjoy the shirt. So I'm glad you received it. And again, thank you for your continued support. I truly do appreciate it. I really do. It means the world to me. Again, I would be nothing without community. I think some people kind of lose sight of that when they start growing substantially, where, you know, they could, you know, at first they're all about, you know, oh, you guys are awesome, you know, however, and then once they start blowing up, they kind of forget, you know, it's really about the community. It's not about that individual. So I truly do appreciate it. The same thing, because people could be thinking, well, Jonathan, you're saying that now, you could do the same thing when you get bigger. And I that's a good question, Jonathan. Jeez, you're good at this. I mean, yeah, I guess the psychology, if we look at it, but I've really always been thankful. I mean, even when we look at Twitter, I've grown from, you know, we've grown from under 100 to almost 500 in a week, basically, a week and a half. And it's still about community. It's still giveaways. We just ended a giveaway. We have a giveaway of Spectre going on, and we're about to have another giveaway. You know, it's really about giving back to the community. And that's really what I'm all about. Yes, it did. Awesome. I'm really glad it came out well. You know, truly happy about that. And I hope, because I believe it was a blue shirt, so I hope the blue went well with the design. So someone was actually asking me about t-shirts, you know, if I had a link or anything, but I might want to just tweak it a little bit as far as the scaling, see if I can make it larger. The company that I went through is kind of a pain in the butt. So it's kind of difficult to get actually to scale. So, but let me go back over to Mr. Kitty. Background. There we go. Perfect. Okay, if anyone doesn't have any more questions, you know, cryptocurrency, stock market, anything in general, I think the next one that I'll do, you know, of course, you know, I believe I will be on your Crypto Daily. I really want to shout that out to everybody that I'm on YouTube. You know, I'm definitely staying active, but Twitter and your Crypto Daily are, you know, the primary areas that I am, just because I am partnered with your Crypto Daily. I'm a very big advocate for what they do. So, you know, that's basically where a lot of the time goes. Of course, there's going to be videos on this specific channel. I really want to ensure that, you know, there are, because people can look at past videos, but I want there to always be new content that they can check out. So just keep an eye on that. And there we go. Okay, cool. So, yes, thank you all so much for tuning in. Congratulations to the winner of the 300 XRP. I'm going to push that out on Twitter, obtain their address. 5,000 SPECTRE security. Ensure that you go to Twitter, check that out. Whoever is the winner of that is automatically entered to win entered to win the masternode, but that's worth 25,000 SPECTRE security, which is just phenomenal because with a masternode, you know, you're getting free coins. That's really, it's equivalent to a dividend of the stock market. It just comes back in return just for holding that amount of coin. So I mean, it's nothing to look over. It's truly not. Vata, I thought you were playing Rocket League. I saw it pop up. I thought you were playing Rocket League. So, but I appreciate it. Thank you. You're way too kind. You make me blush. You truly do, and you know, always good to have your support. So, are you still playing, or is that it? You know, you always tend to play when I'm during these live streams, and then you get off, and then I don't get to join afterwards. So, you're probably, I mean, you know, however, that's fine. Bedtime, yeah, of course. Oh man, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe some other time. But I truly do appreciate everyone's support. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know, I could have used the best worst player. I am the best worst player. Somehow I'm always clutch when we need it. Whenever we need it, I'm the clutchest player you'll ever see. And then other than that, I'm just, you know, you got to carry me along the way. So one day I'll get to champ. Don't worry. One day I will get to champ, and then I can brag about it. Until then, you're just going to have to carry me along. You train for the, I did train for it. You know, it's funny. Anytime I actually call out, like I'll go up midair, I'll say I trained for this. Somehow I just go flying across the map, and it just doesn't happen. When I don't call it out, then the magic happens. So maybe I have to stop calling it out. I don't know. So yeah, it's always a good time though. Always a good time, you know. Focusing on the stock market, cryptocurrency is very important. Don't get me wrong. I'd hate for people to have this misconception that, oh, Jonathan's playing Rocket League. He doesn't care. You know, he should be trading or however. Sometimes you just have to relax and really do something else. If you're in the stock market or in cryptocurrency 24/7, you're only focusing on it, and that's the only thing on your mind, it's just not healthy. It's not healthy. It's really not. You have to have a healthy balance. You're just going to drive yourself crazy if you're continually watching the stock market. That's equivalent to how I try to teach people, especially ones that I mentor. Focus on that first 5 to 10 minutes of stock market open. That's all you need. That's truly all you need. That's where the volume comes in. You don't have to be in the market all day to be a full-time day trader. You know, I've had a good amount of gains in the past where I'm only focused on that first 5 to 10 minutes. And that's all I needed. I just did that time, and then I can do whatever else I want with my life. I think people have this misconception that you have to be in the market all day, and that's not true. And also do things that you enjoy. I mean, play video games or what other hobbies that you have. You know, it's not all about grinding within the stock market or cryptocurrency. Trading work like that too. I'm done by 10:30. Yeah, because 10:30 is definitely, I believe, where it goes sideways. Now, there's always that moment where it could, you know, something could spike out of nowhere. I mean, that always, you know, it could be the case. But by 10:30, normally it just starts going sideways. That's where the volume just starts to lower. People that are, you know, really, like the ones that are going in large share size, they're already done for the day. They make their profits in the morning and they're done. Now, depending on if they're in the chat room, however, they may continue just to look for certain movements for other traders, because it probably wouldn't be the best to say, hey, join my chat room. I trade for the first 5 minutes and we're done. Okay, well, so I only get you for 5 minutes. All right, cool. You know, it probably isn't a good look for them. So they'll stay in the market and start looking for other stuff. But, you know, truly that's where the profit takes place, early in the morning. Yeah. That's true, and that's one thing that kind of set me off for when I first started day trading. Yes, the market open was the prime time, but I would continue to watch the market, and I continue to look for formations. I would continue, and when you're looking for formations and nothing's popping up, then you start over analyzing. It's like, and it's kind of like a cup and handle. Well, okay, maybe if I look at it this way, yeah, okay, now it's a cup and handle. Yeah. And you're just forcing formations. And it shouldn't be like that. It should blatantly, you should look at it. Like when people ask me, hey, can you look at this stock and crypto? I'm more than happy to do so. I look at it, and within, I would say 10 to 15 seconds, I'm already seeing something there. If it's a cup and handle, if it's any type of false break, double tops, or however, it should be blatantly clear of, okay, that's what's going on. That's the formation right there. If you start over analyzing it, then stuff is it's kind of an imagination to a certain point. Not to insult anybody that may overanalyze stuff. I was there. Trust me, I was there. Everyone has been at that point. But the more clear it is, the more other people are going to recognize it. That happens all day. FOMO, YOLO. Oh Lord, OPTT long. I'm telling you, it's a pump and dump. I mean, it basically was a pump and dump. So unless there's something that I'm not seeing, some crazy news that may drop. Excuse me. But yeah, the psychology of it, nope. Long and hold. All right, man. I'm not a financial, however, so if you feel comfortable doing, and that's like people I mentor, it's always interesting. They'll ask me, "Hey, Jonathan, what do you think about this?" Cool. I'll tell them what I think. This is what I think. Well, maybe this will happen. I'm like, I don't view it that way, but if it feels right to you, then then go for it. This is how I feel about it. But sometimes I'm not 100% right. I don't want anyone to get that misconception. I'm not 100% right. If I was 100% right, I would have already been a millionaire in the last 2017 pump. But I've seen formations. I've been in the market a good amount of time. So, sometimes, unfortunately, I have to say, use your best judgment. This is how I feel about it. Use your best judgment. And, sometimes it doesn't work out for them. And they say, well, shit, I should have probably listened. But I think it's best that they see, okay, this is how I thought of it, but this is how it went. So someone that I actually mentor, great guy, he has a lot of potential. He truly does. But starting out, there's a learning curve to it. I thought it was funny that I told him to write down some rules. Of course, you're always going to alter the rules over time. But one of his rules was don't take the trade unless Jonathan, thinks of it in a certain way. So Jonathan tells you not to trade it, then don't trade it. Which it was flattering. It was kind of funny at the same time, but yeah. Why do people trade that stuff? So obviously gambling. I'm just messing with them. 100% gambling. That's why people trade it. Yeah, I mean, people get FOMO. That's how it is. If you're looking at the cryptocurrency realm, if you're looking at stock market, it doesn't matter. Human psychology is going to be the same. People see other people making money, they want to make money. That's how it is. There's a lot of relations between the two, but there's also differences people have to know. Now, when I'm looking at candles, I'm seeing false breaks, I'm seeing double tops, I'm seeing support resistance lines. Those are created from human psychology. It's not, these magically appeared. This is created because of the psychology of how people work. That's why stock market and cryptocurrency, they go hand in hand as far as technical analysis, is because people don't really change. Yes, your psychology is going to change over time when you learn more and stuff, but there's always going to be new traders. So that's kind of just one way. Oh, Jesus. That's hilarious. Really need to go to bed, do your exit so I can feel like I don't miss anything. Yeah. Definitely, go to bed, man. Don't stay up too late. Yeah, we've almost been going for 2 hours, so that's awesome. That's truly awesome. You mentored Patrick Whelan, didn't you? Oh, Patrick. Gosh, it's such a love-hate relationship. he hates me. That's where the hate comes from. I don't hate the guy. I don't hate the guy. He's just over the top sometimes. We go back. He won't admit it. He probably wouldn't admit it. But we go back quite some time. I mean, we go back like 2 years. So, oh, Patrick. Jeez. But no, I didn't mentor Patrick. We traded together, but I never mentored him. We had a very similar trading style. We were both momentum traders. I believe he's still a momentum trade. I think he actually, you know, with the big, and that's one reason I want to do this live stream. People are going to get FOMO, but also YouTubers are going to come out of the woodworks and start talking about, dude, Litecoin's the next thing. I called it out like 5 years ago. Litecoin was, you know, like, wait, where did you just come from? You know, you're not even whatever. You know, I knew people would come out of the woodworks. So I wanted to give an idea of, hey, this what could possibly happen. But I think he's starting to talk about Litecoin again, which I remember the last time he gave out Litecoin, it was valued at about $100. And, you know, this was back when I was very... oh, how do I word this? Oh, man. I wouldn't say pro Patrick, but I supported him. I was a supporter of Patrick because cool guy. He gave out 3 Litecoin valued at $100 at the time. So $300 worth of Litecoin. I mean, granted, now, you know, we saw it went down to $20, so it's like, oh. But at the time, it was like, holy crap, he's giving out 3 Litecoin. Damn. Wow, Patrick's a cool guy. The reason I got banned on Twitter from his channel is I commented that he was giving away, now this was after he posted he made $5,000 day trading, blah, blah, blah. You know, I have my own feelings of that. But he said that he was giving away like $200 for a giveaway. And only thing I said, and I'm sure I could find it somewhere, was, hey, Patrick, man, you know, you should up the giveaway because, I mean, granted, he's made $5,000 and all this crazy money. Up the giveaway, do it for your followers, your supporters. And I pissed him off. It wasn't even coming across upset. I mean, when I hit 500 subs, I gave away a TradeNet account. Even at 100 subs, I gave away a TradeNet account. That's a $500 value. We just gave away XRP. We're about to so, like, in my mind, I'm like, this guy just made $5,000 day trading. You know, $200. I mean, that's great. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, make it something, like, crazy. Like, you know, just, I don't know. But he blocked me, so we haven't talked since. So, you know, that's kind of upsetting. We've seen this guy drink and go for 4 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Wheeling and his bubble butt girlfriend. Bubble butt girlfriend. You know, and I will wrap it up because I'm sure people want me to stop talking because I just go on and on. I just like to answer these questions as they go, but yeah, there's like a lot of people that actually reach out to me when Patrick does something like off the wall, and they say, "Dude, did you see Patrick?" I'm like, "What do you do now?" They're like, "Oh man, he, you know, made some video about this, or he said this, or however." There's actually, like, I think there might be a Discord channel just to reach out to me to tell me what Patrick's doing, which is kind of, you know, it's kind of funny. But bubble butt girlfriend, the picture that I saw wasn't it. Maybe that's a bubble butt to him. I don't know, but if he's happy, then I'm happy. Still have your shirt on. I do have my shirt on still. Have the Litecoin winner been announced or drawn? So the winner was for 300 XRP. Is that what you're speaking of? For the Litecoin, I don't think there was a Litecoin giveaway. There was a Bitcoin giveaway. I gave away 0.015 Bitcoin, equivalent to about $60. We just gave away 300 XRP that was given out. I'll be posting that on Twitter once we get done. And then the 5,000 SPECTRE security ends on Friday, just to ensure that individual is put into the drawing for the free masternode. And then once we hit 500 followers, then we have another giveaway. Wow, we have a lot of giveaways going on. So, but happy to do it. Happy to do it. Can't complain. Giving back to the community, that's what it's all about. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm sorry for blabbling, whatever. I think I'm just very, very hungry. That's what it is. Don't have any cereal, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. But again, thank you all so much for tuning in. I truly do appreciate it. I truly do appreciate the support. Check out the giveaways on Twitter. Definitely, I'll be live this weekend on Your Crypto Daily and also on this channel as well. I'd like to give a more in-depth take on cryptocurrency. People see the spikes occurring, they want to know about it, and they want to get in and make profit. And I believe we're going to break the all-time high. Always wrap it up. So, wrapping it up. I know you guys want to get rid of me. So, again, thank you all so much. Truly do appreciate it. This is Jonathan, Mr. Kitty with the cool sunglasses from Lone Wolf Day Trading. And stay green.